Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today, and I'm going to cover more updates coming from Shanghai which are not good for Model 3 reservation holders, and we will look into the Model Y situation in Germany. But first of all, you can find me on Tessie Supply on Spotify, you can find me on Amazon Music, and you can also find me on the Apple Podcast. Episodes are in German and English. So let's start into Shanghai. So the lockdown in Shanghai has affected Tesla as well. I was talking about that in the past few days, but I was very positive minded as I thought, okay, it's going to be a few days. They're going to resume production and all is going to be good. But that's not the case right now. We have more reports, more information here recently coming out from Reuters. And we must honestly say there's no freaking information. When is actually Tesla going to resume the production here? And that is the thing that is a bit scary here, because we know that the lockdown in Shanghai is not just for 3-4 days, it could be 2 weeks. So that is the situation. A lot of employees might not be able to come to work because they are in a lockdown themselves. So Tesla could be here in a very bad situation. So especially for those having a Model 3 ordered, that is something that could affect the delivery times. Right now, I would say it is already affecting the delivery times because they still have to produce the cars before they go on the ship by mid-April, end of April. So you get earliest your car, if you are one of them next in line, by May, mid-May, that is the earliest. So that's not very good news. Then we are looking into the Model Y situation. For Model Y long-range orders, it's not an issue at all because Tesla could, if they wanted to, start production of the Model Y long-range soon. They could react to the situation. We have seen test vehicles already for the Model Y long-range inside the factory at the opening day. There was also Model Y long-range seen. So I do think it will be possible to get the Model Y long-range soon out of Germany. Good news, that nevertheless, is, as I was talking about, some amazing production rates in Germany. The next few Tesla Model Y Performance are now delivered to Tilburg in the Netherlands. So we kind of see that the production rate I was talking about yesterday and the nice amount of cars coming out there is really affecting already some numbers. Troy Teslac was talking about 200 for the last quarter, so till yesterday. I think it is even more. I think Tesla has managed maybe to sell around 500 to 600, but we will see final results. We can still not see any updates about the March numbers. We will see them soon as well. If we look into the expectations, also including the current situation I was talking about in Shanghai, we can expect in Grünheide the Tesla to produce around 9,140 cars in Q2. I think it might be higher because they further increase production. And even if they would manage 1,000 per day, per week, it would be around 12,000. So Troy Tesla being a bit pessimistic here, I think it could be even more than those numbers. But again, we see if this is further increasing and the production ramp up is working very well, we could see close to 100,000 cars this year out of Grünheide, and that would be amazing. That would be some great numbers which we could really work with. So that is a good news. Another point we have to look into is not only the insane amount of good news coming from Germany, it's also in Austin. So in Austin, everything is getting prepared for the event. And of course, here the demand is as well insane. But the Model 3 and the Model Y reservation holders have not such an issue, as the delivery times are already high. But nevertheless, Tesla is delivering cars, and we will look into that in Fremont. What is interesting is that here the test vehicles were blue, black, and white, which we haven't seen in Germany before. We just saw a white and black, and currently just sending out black cars. For Fremont, we see a full parking spot, lots of cars being delivered. That is footage from yesterday, so maybe still a few people got their cars by the end of the quarter. Nevertheless, we also know that Tesla is not anymore so constrained or not anymore so focused on end of the quarter pushes. Something between 309,000 and 320,000, something in between. That is going to be the total amount of cars being delivered in Q1. And then in Q2, we're going to have Austin coming and delivering cars. We have Giga Berlin. And then even if Shanghai is going to close for another week, we should have another record never seen quarter when it comes to the deliveries in Q2. Looking into a pattern, we have here a pattern for a vehicle seat with integrated temperature control system. I kind of get the feeling here that Tesla is trying to do something with the heat of the body of the person sitting in the seat. So if you are having a lot of heat, the seat would cool automatically based on the temperature you giving from your body away. And for example, if you are in the wintertime, if you're freezing and you're cold and you're not having such hot heat moving out of your body, the seat would heat on the other hand. So that could be a technology being used in the future. So it just adjusts to the temperature of the body. Then we have more updates regarding the FSD program because there's a new patent using a camera of the vehicle and to utilize the image data as a basis of an input to train machine learning models. So again, it is about identify a distance of an object from the vehicle. It is very, very well used. If you implement that, it is something we have talked about in Germany a lot of times, because currently if you drive with your Tesla towards a city and you come inside the city and you have like a speed sign and you have to push or brake, the autopilot is not recognizing the speed sign. They are recognizing the speed sign right in front of the speed sign, but then you're still driving faster than you're allowed to, and you're driving into the speed sign, but you're much faster. So it must be like 50, 60 meters ahead. And that is a technology that can really help to solve this issue, that you're pretty much the camera is seeing the sign 100 meters ahead or 50 meters ahead and is adjusting already the speed when it comes to the autopilot. So that is also something Tesla could work on with this pattern. So again, guys, you saw it's some exciting news, some more worrying news when it comes to Shanghai, but I think everything else combined together is still bullish and still very exciting. So thank you very much for being here today to my video again. If you're new, do consider subscribing, and if you are from Europe, you also have the chance to buy a package with 15% discount. It's a 5 pieces combination of products on TeslaSupply.com. I would really appreciate having you here.